Lighthouse Production Park and everything that's involved. What are your impressions to date?
Well, I think it's fantastic. I mean, it's world-beating quality, creative, and because they've got a real hub here, the prospects are to attract even more world-class activity here in the creative industries and provide not only jobs but really good opportunities for local people. And so really what I've been doing is not just admiring what's going on here and being hugely impressed by the work I've seen, but also thinking about how we can draw out the lessons to actually ensure that the creative opportunities that are so good here that we can mirror in other parts of the country. Not the same because it's quite specialised, but drawing on the opportunities of how when you do something of this scale, of this quality, you reach into all the schools and offer apprenticeships and internships and an experience for all school children as well.
Because when you mention apprenticeships, there's a sort of accusation from Conservatives who come here and extol the virtues that somewhere along the line from 1997 to 2010 that apprenticeships were ignored. Is that fair?
Well, I think that this is a slow process of building it up, and we had the Future Jobs Fund, which I think made quite a difference of bringing people into apprenticeships and internships in the creative industries. And obviously when that was abolished, that was a problem. But I know that the council, working with the Opera House, working with the Creative Skills Council and all the organisations that are involved here are all working in partnership together, and I think that it shows that with good council leadership, together with the commitment from local organisations, you can make a massive progress.
And after your visit here, what will you bring away from here? What will you report back to?
Well, what I'm thinking about is what we can put in our manifesto for 2015, which ensures all children have an entitlement to a cultural experience, something to open up their eyes, to make them think they might go and see something in the future, that they might participate in it or they might work in it, and that we have a cultural entitlement, and that's what I've been talking to the people here, and they're the best place to be advising me about that.
Switching to the local elections, I believe you may be going down to Purfleet, etc. afterwards. From Peckham to Purfleet, are there things you're hearing on the doorstep that Labour can respond to?
Well, I think that there's a lot of disaffection and disenchantment about whether or not people in politics really understand people's lives, and that's why John and Polly and the team are very much out on the doorstep, in touch, listening to people's concerns, understanding the cost of living crisis that so many people are facing. So I think it's really having deep roots in the community and listening to people's concerns that will rebuild the trust that has been worn away.
Finally, I run a couple of online papers. I've just been interviewing Michael Gove over in Harlow and come across to yourselves. We get a little bit concerned about the millions being poured in to local TV channels, which some viewing figures saying some programmes nobody's watching at all. Is that investment something you're going to continue if you get into power next year?
Well, I think that the way that Jeremy Hunt did a top slicing of millions of pounds off the BBC and then was going to put it out to tender, and suddenly this will be the renaissance of local television, I'm very much in doubt whether it was the right way of doing it, the right way of spending the money. Yes, people must have good broadcast news locally. That is incredibly important for people, but I don't think the government have got the framework right, and this is something we're going to look at further.
Harriet Harman, thank you very much for your time.